Let me ask you something simple. If I give you $10 today and you hide it under your bed for 10 years, will it still buy the same things? Most people say yes, and that's the first mistake. Imagine this. You love chocolate bars. Today, one chocolate bar costs $1, so with $10 you can buy 10. Easy, but next year that same chocolate bar costs $2. Now your $10 only buys 5. You didn't lose money, but somehow, you lost half your chocolate. That feeling? That's inflation. And here's what makes it scary. Inflation doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't send you a warning message. It just quietly makes everything more expensive while pretending nothing is wrong. When you were a kid, adults used to say, "Back in my day, candy was 10 cents. That wasn't nostalgia, that was inflation. Now think about something bigger. Rent, groceries, gas, school. Have you noticed they almost never go down? They only go up. Slowly. Quietly. Constantly. And your money doesn't grow at the same speed. That gap? That's where stress lives. Here's the part nobody explains clearly. Inflation isn't just prices going up. It's your money slowly shrinking, but it shrinks invisibly. If someone stole $1 from your wallet every day, you'd notice. But if prices rise little by little, you adapt, and adaptation hides the damage. Now imagine this. There are 10 kids in a classroom, and there are 10 chocolate bars. Everyone can get one. Fair. But suddenly someone brings $20 into the room without bringing more chocolate. Now everyone has more money, but the same amount of chocolate. What happens? Kids start offering more money to get the chocolate first. $1, $2, $3. The chocolate didn't change, the money did. That's how inflation starts. More money chasing the same stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. Not everyone suffers equally. The people who receive the new money first benefit. The people who receive it last pay more. So inflation isn't just about prices, it's about timing. And timing creates winners and losers. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you earn, you're always catching up? That's not just budgeting, that's inflation slowly moving the finish line. You run harder, the line moves further. You run faster, it moves again. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Inflation feels small at first. 2%, 3%, 5%. Sounds harmless. But over time, it compounds. And compounding works both ways. It builds wealth quietly, and it destroys purchasing power quietly. The difference is awareness. Most people think, if I just save more, I'll be safe. But if your money sits still while prices move, you're standing on a treadmill that's slowly speeding up, and you don't even realize it. This is why older generations say, things used to be easier. It's not always about effort, it's about purchasing power. When money buys less, life feels heavier, even if you're working harder. Here's something powerful. Inflation doesn't hurt instantly, it hurts slowly, and slow pain is dangerous because it feels normal. You adjust, you cut small expenses, you downgrade quietly, until one day, you realize your lifestyle shrank without you noticing. But here's the shift. Once you understand inflation, you stop thinking only in dollars. You start thinking in value. You ask, is my money growing or just sitting? Is my income moving faster than prices or slower? That awareness alone changes how you move. Inflation isn't evil, it's predictable. And predictable things can be prepared for, but only if you understand them. Think about this. If someone told you your ice cream would melt in the sun, you wouldn't blame the ice cream. You'd move it to the shade. Inflation is the sun. Money left exposed melts slowly. And here's the part most people ignore. Inflation doesn't stop. It pauses. It slows. It spikes. But long term, it always exists. Which means ignoring it isn't neutral. It's costly. Now imagine two people. One understands inflation early. The other ignores it. 10 years pass. One adjusted. The other adapted blindly. Same world. Very different results. If this feels slightly uncomfortable, good. Because inflation isn't dramatic. It's quiet. And quiet forces are the most powerful ones. This is just the beginning. Because next, you'll understand why inflation sometimes explodes, why raising interest rates feels painful, and why printing money sounds helpful but changes everything. Once you see how inflation really works, you'll never look at prices the same way again.